Gorham's Amber Bretton has been named a national ambassador for the National Alliance on Mental Illness. The Gorham High School graduate said she's excited to partner with NAMI to continue to spread the word by promoting their programs and advocating for public policies that effectively address the challenges and stigma around mental health.
I look forward to just talking with people, getting to know other people, different experiences they've had with it, and kind of learn and kind of create an environment that it's safe to talk about. You know, there was such a stigma for a long time, and I think there still is to this day.
Bretton is playing softball for UConn, and here she is coaching at the Mental Edge softball camp in Portland, a fundraiser for NAMI Maine. She was also named the Huskies liaison for Team Impact, an organization that matches children facing serious illness and disability with college sports teams, creating a long-term, life-changing experience for everyone involved. The Gorham grad is doing a lot of great things.